Boolean expression minimization techniques. That is one topic over there. The remaining of unit 2 we will be seeing combinational circuits, the designing of things, all those things we will be seeing. So here we are going to see the K-map or the Karnaugh map method and the tabulation method, or we also call it as Quine-McCluskey method. Okay, so with K-map method, the first thing you need to understand is this is a pictorial representation of the truth table. And with any expression, the truth table may be unique. However, for the same truth table, you can end up with many number of expressions. Okay, you can write it in sum of min terms. Even with the sum of products, you can get the answer in different formats. Okay, wow. So this K-map will give you an idea how much ever expressions you have for the particular truth table. So let us see this K-map first. So in this K-map, each of the min terms are represented in the form of a square. Each min terms represented as a square. So for example, when I say I am going to have two variable in a particular expression, the two variable K-map will have 4 squares, because in truth table or the actual min terms you will be having for n variables. For n variable you are going to have 2 power n min terms. So for 2 variable K-map you will be having 4 squares, and this will be represented in this manner. Okay, so we are having 4 squares, and the first square will represent both x and y equal to 0. This will represent where x is equal to 0 and y is equal to 1. This represents x is equal to 1 and y is equal to 0, and this one represents where both x and y are 1 1. Okay, so the corresponding min term it is covering is this is x bar y bar, this is x bar y, this is xy bar, and this correspond to xy. So in a truth table, if I am going to have 1 in places for f of x comma y is equal to summation of 1 comma 3, if I am going to have it this way, we will put the ones in those squares alone. So this is the square which correspond to min term 1, and this is the square which correspond to min term 3. So this is what I will be giving for expression. Okay, so for easier convenience, what we actually do is with the 2 variable K-map, consider along this path you are representing the x variable, and here you are representing y variable. Don't confuse it with the axis things. It is just variable x, y. It may be a, b, c, d, whatever, w, x, y, z, anything can be. So don't confuse with the terminology as x axis, y axis. Just the particular variable is along this direction, and here this is in this particular direction. So here this corresponds to x value is 0 and 1 over here. This is y is 0 and 1 over here. So the combination you can say. Okay, so this box corresponds to x equal to 0 and y is equal to 0. That is what I wrote here. And this particular box corresponds to x is equal to 0 and y is equal to 1. And here this corresponds to x equal to 1 and y is equal to 0. And this box corresponds to both x and y equal to 1. Okay, Now to write the expression, what we do is we combine the squares, that is we combine the adjacent squares. We look for adjacency in the squares. That means you will be checking for squares with single literal change. Okay, that is now just before we were doing these things, a b, or just take some random example, a b d into c plus c bar. We took one term like this, right? The commonality. So this implies here actually you had a b c d plus a b c bar d, which is nothing but this is 1111 and this is 1101. So only one variable is changing the value, right? Then alone we are applying this complement property and giving the answer as ABD. So with K-map, just by looking at the adjacent squares, we can say whether there is a single change alone or not. Okay, va? So here in this particular thing, you can see that these two are adjacent. So I group those. By grouping those, this implies x value is changing in this as it is 0 and this is 1, whereas y is same in both the things. So the expression is f is equal to y. Okay, that is what the K-map is about. Everywhere with two variable, that is not much of an issue. You are going to have easier possible combinations with respect to the adjacency. However, as we move on to higher variable terms, you need to be careful about it. So let us consider a 3 variable K-map. So as I mentioned, for n variables, you are having 2 power n minterms. So here we have 8 minterms and thereby 8 squares in the map. Okay. So let us consider f of x, y and z. So our K-map will be, you can represent this in two forms. This is one type. So the main thing is, in K-map, we are looking for adjacency. So we should give the minterm values also in that same manner. That is, only one variable should change at a time. Otherwise, you cannot look for the adjacency rule. So what we do is, in 3 variable K-map, if I am considering the most significant bit x in this position and y and z over here. So we write the values for this y and z in terms of gray code. That is, only one variable should change at a time. So initially I am considering 0, 0. Next I am changing the z variable alone to 1. Next, if I am going to write it in ordinary binary, I will be giving it as 1, 0. It implies both the variable are changing values. So that cannot be adjacent. So what we give is, we give 1, 1 over here and then we go with 1, 0. So this will ensure that we have adjacency property in all the ways. So this first box corresponds to that of M0, that is x bar, y bar, z bar. The second corresponds to M1, x bar, y bar, z. This corresponds to 0, 1, 1, M3. So x bar, y, z. This corresponds to minterm M2, x bar, y, z bar. This corresponds to 1, 0, 0, x, y bar, z bar. This is 1, 0, 1, x, y bar, z. This is 1, 1, 1, so x, y, z. This is 1, 1, 0, x, y, z bar. Okay. So here, for example, if we are to minimize the expression for 0, 1, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so we will fill the K map in this manner. Here we are having x, y is z, 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1, 0 and 1. So this box corresponds to 0, this corresponds to 1, this corresponds to 4, this corresponds to 5. Sorry, here I made the mistake in writing it. And this corresponds to 6. Okay, now to find the adjacency. So as such, by observing, you can say all these fours are adjacent to each other, right? So the corresponding min terms, if you write it as such, you are having x bar, y bar, z bar plus x bar, y bar, z plus x, y bar, z bar plus x, y bar, z. These are the four ones corresponding to this. If you are going to minimize this, you will be writing this as x bar, y bar into z bar plus z plus x, y bar into z bar plus z. Now simplifying this again, so these two terms will become 1. So you are having x bar, y bar plus x, y bar. So taking y bar outside, you will be having x bar plus x. So this will again become 1 and you will be having y bar for these four ones. So to write that, what you can do is, so here we are having x is equal to 0 and x is equal to 1. We are having that variable as changing, so we cannot write it. Now check with this y and z. So here in both of these columns, you have y is equal to 0, whereas z is 0 in one column and 1 in one column. So whichever variable does not change, that will be your expression. So y is equal to 0, so you write it as y bar. Now as you check this min term corresponding to 6, you cannot see any adjacent one over here. However, this is adjacent to this particular one. Okay, that is, you need to check that as folding it at the center. So you are folding it at the center, and if a overlap happens over there, then those squares are also adjacent. Okay, wow. So if I am folding these as such, you can see that this square will be lying over this will be over this will be over this, and this one will lie over this one. You can also check it with respect to the expression. So this corresponds to 4. So you have x, y bar, z bar, and for 6 you have x, y, z bar. So you can check here x and z bar are the same thing, only y changes. So it is actually adjacent. So if we are writing the expression, you will be having it as x, z bar, because taking that common, you will be having it as y plus y bar. This will become 1. And so you will have x, z bar. So here to write this particular term for this grouping, so here x is equal to 1 in both the cases, so that will have an x, and checking the column values. So here y is equal to 0, here y is equal to 1. So it is changing, so we leave that. Here z is equal to 0, here also z is equal to 0. So this is z bar. Okay, va? So this is how we write the expression for any given function using K-map. Okay. So another format for this same K-map can be given like this. So we have, one is horizontal sort of representation, the other one is the vertical representation. So you can take the variables in any order. However, you see to it, you have the most significant bits to the left that would be easier for us. So here I will be having 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1 and 1, 0. This will be 0 and 1. So the min terms corresponding to this will be, this is 0, 0, 0. So this will be M0, X bar, Y bar, Z bar. This corresponds to M1. So X bar, Y bar, Z. This corresponds to M2. So X bar, Y, Z bar. This corresponds to M3, X bar, Y, Z. This corresponds to M6. So this is X, Y, Z bar, 1, 1, 0. And this is X, Y, Z, corresponds to that of M7. And this corresponds to 4. So X, Y bar, Z bar. This corresponds to 5. X, Y bar, Z. Okay. Here also the adjacent property is again the same. So here if it is adjacent this way, you can easily see it and say, here you try to fold it in this position. Okay. And check for adjacency. So for this same problem, if I am going to do with this K-map, so you will be having XY 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, 1, 0. So we have 0, 1, 4, 5 and 6. This is what we have, right? So now how we combine is, you can just by seeing, you can say these two are adjacent. So the term corresponding to this, as we saw the previous example. So here with these two ones, both of it have x is equal to 1. Y is 1 over here and y is 0 over here. So we drop that literal. And here z is equal to 0. So this corresponds to x z bar. Now consider you fold it in this position and you can observe the overlap of this one with this one and this one with this one. You know these two are already adjacent. So we form a group of 4 ones. So we call a group of 4 ones as quad. Okay. So forming a quad, we have, here you have xy is equal to 1, 0. Here you have xy equal to 0, 0. So x is varying, so drop that out. And here z is equal to 1 and z is equal to 0. So you will be having y bar alone. Okay, va? So are you able to understand this?
Yes, ma'am.
So let us see one more example. So f is equal to a bar b, a bar c, bc plus a b bar c. So now here let us say find the sum of min terms expression and then find sum of products expression using K-map. So now to find the sum of min terms expression, you will be doing f is equal to a bar b, so it is missing a c, so c plus c bar, plus a bar c, so it is missing b, so b plus b bar dot c, and bc is missing a, so a plus a bar dot bc, and then we have a b bar c. So now applying De Morgan's theorem, you will be having a bar bc plus a bar bc bar plus a bar bc. Sorry, you are applying distributive law. I think I wrongly said it as De Morgan's theorem. And this is A bar B bar C plus ABC plus A bar BC plus AB bar C. So here A bar BC is repeated twice, so we can write it once. Then A bar BC bar, we have it once. A bar BC, here also you are having, so we can remove that. Then A bar B bar C is once, ABC, and then AB bar C. So the sum of minterms expression is this one. So this is 0, 1, 1. So this is M3. This is 0, 1, 0. So this is M2. This is 0, 0, 1. So M1. This is 1, 1, 1. So M7. And this is 1, 0, 1. So M5. So we are having 1, 2, 3, 5, and 7. Now we need to simplify this using K-map. So simplifying, you can follow any of the type of this K-map. It is up to your convenience. Okay. But just take care in representing the minterms in the corresponding squares, because marking the variable is also most important. So here ABC, so A, B, and C. So this is 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, and 1, 0. This is 0 and 1. Now putting the numbers over there. So this is M1, this is M2, this is M3, this is M5, and this is M7. So now again grouping this, we will be having these four are adjacent. So here A is varying in both of these rows, so I cannot have A in the final expression. And here B is varying, B is 0 and here B is 1. So only thing constant or non-varying is C. So this quad corresponds to C. And here with this one, we have an adjacent term in this. So here for this particular group, A is equal to 0 in both the cases. So it is A bar. And in this, here I have B is equal to 1. Here also B is equal to 1. However, with respect to C, it is varying. So this corresponds to A bar B. So the final expression for this is A bar B plus C. That is what the minimized expression for this given function. Okay. So this is how we do the K map for minimization. So with 2 variable, 3 variable, it is very simple. However, sometimes you tend to do the mistake, like you tend to make a group with these 3 ones. Generally, people used to do the mistake actually. You tend to do it as grouping these 3 ones. So always remember, grouping should be made in powers of 2. Should be made in powers of 2. That is, you can have a group or you can have it as such a single term. That is not a problem. If you are going to form a group, you need to have 2 ones or 4 ones or 8 ones, like that. Okay, 2 power 1, 2 power 2, 2 power 3. Likewise, it goes depending on the number of variables. Never do any other sort of grouping. Here seeing all these 5 are adjacent, don't think it that way. Okay, you need to go for grouping only in powers of 2. This is most important thing. Okay, so if any particular minterm is not going to form any group, okay, so single minterm will give you a term with 3 literals. In case of this 3 variable K map, okay. So if suppose I am going to have just for random example, I am considering this. So x, y, and z 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, and 1, 0. Let us say I have 1, 1 over here and I have a 1 over here. So here with this, you can see adjacency with these two ones. However, this one is left alone. Okay. So for this particular thing, your expression will be as it is as x bar yz, because x equal to 0, y is equal to 1, and z is equal to 1. So that corresponds to x bar yz. Here this z is varying in both of these alone is constant, so it is x y bar. Okay, so if it is a single minterm, you will be having 3 literals as such. So if you are forming a pair, you will be having 2 literals in the expression. If you are going to form a quad, that we were doing in all these things, you will be having a single literal. And if you are forming an octet, that is you have all ones. In such case, the entire K-map is going to be a single group. So you won't be having any literals. The function itself will be 1. Okay, if it is a 1, it is a 1. If everything is 0, it is going to be 0. Okay, va? So general thing to remember is, for a n variable K map, so n variable K map, if you are forming 2 par n group nu sollama, grouping with 2 par n terms, grouping 2 par n terms, the expression will have let us make this m to avoid confusion. So 2 par m terms in your grouping, then you will be having m literals, right? So if my m is equal to, oh, that is not right, this is confusing. So this should be n, I think. For 2 par 0, I will be having 3 literals as such. Then this can be generalized as n minus m, I suppose. So if I am going to have m is equal to 0, this will be 3 minus 0. If m is equal to 1, this will be 3 minus 1. If m is equal to 2, this will be 3 minus 2. This will be fine, right? So 2 par m terms is your grouping, right? So if I am going to have a single minterm, that is 2 par 0, you are not grouping much. In that case, the literals for that particular grouping will be having n minus m literals. So for example, we have seen for this 3 variable K map, let us just say how it will be for 4 variable K map. We shall see that tomorrow. So with 4 variable K-map, so if I am going to have 2 power 0 terms in the grouping, this is my n and this is my m. Okay, va? So I will be having 4 minus 0. So I will have 4 literals in the term. If I am going to form a pair in it in 4 variable K-map, it will have 4 minus 1. So 3 literals in it. If I am going to form a quad in it, you will be having 4 minus 2. And if I am going to form an octet in it, you will be having a single literal. Okay, and the entire 16 means the function will be 1, because with 4 variable K-map, you will be having 16 minterms. Okay, va? So we shall see that in tomorrow's class. Okay, and we shall see more examples also. If possible, for the weekend, I will give you some assignment sort of, so that you can get a practice with this K-maps. Okay, so we shall see tomorrow. Thank you, guys.